Being in the UFL is cool because I have a lot of friends that I know that are here. I'm excited to be here on this staff. I know a lot of the guys on the team already, so I'm really just ready to get to work. Kalen Ballage, running back, Arlington Renegades, Falcon, Colorado. Yeah, I was a wild boy growing up. I got 4 siblings. There's 5 of us, including me. 2 brothers, 2 sisters. I'm the second youngest, and just being outside all day, every day, from the time I woke up to the time the street light came on, just being outside and being active. Football has been running in my family for quite some time. I had a couple uncles play in the league. I had a bunch of family play college ball. So it was something that I was always around and pretty much knew I was gonna play too. So I played high school at Falcon High School in Colorado. Then I went to Arizona State University. I got drafted to the Miami Dolphins in the 4th round. I was there for 2.5, 3 years. Then I went to the New York Jets for a little bit, and then I was with the Chargers, Los Angeles Chargers for a year, and the Pittsburgh Steelers for a year. First season with the Renegades, I had a brief stint with the San Antonio Brahmas in 2023 before I tore my Achilles. You could ask most people on a football team what position they don't want to play, and they would probably say running back, just because of how physically taxing it is. And you know, it makes it a challenge. It's something I've always done my whole life, and you know, I'm here and I'm excited to do it a little bit more. If you've never been in an NFL building, or you know, XFL, UFL, or even a college building, then you don't really know football as much as you think you do. High school is not the same. Middle school is definitely not the same. You know, we're here from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. figuring out tendencies and learning playbooks. And I mean, I could say a play right now that you would have your mind boggled. So I think we definitely deserve a little bit of credit when it comes to that. It's not just a physical aspect. And I've been out of football for like 2 years now. So I'm having an opportunity to get back on the field. So right now I'm just focused on enjoying the opportunity. You know, I'm just one foot in front of the other every day. I'm excited to be back on the field. I make music. Lenage is my artist name. Y'all go get some of my music, Lenage. But I make R&B music, so I just like the vibe. And I enjoy making music. It's like a little bit of an escape.
All right, listen up, guys. We got this new wrestler, Trick Williams. We're trying to separate him from his current partner, Carmelo Hayes, and we need a theme song that's really going to deliver and give him that push as a single star. What are we thinking? I brought in my boy to lay down a beat, and I'm just going to let you guys decide the rest. So why don't you drop that beat?
Dre, you ready? Come on. Alright. Check. Cut him undercover. Timeless. Ready for progress. Feeling like I'm just getting started. 2 shots back on my dearly departed. You are now dealing with a monster. Oh shit. profits. Doc Dre, bitch, I'm a prophet. Black Wall Street, niggas know where the stock is.
Like a satanic cult, it's an old ritual slaughtering goats, bitch. It's fucking with the original flow, sick that anybody can get it. COVID. I don't roll shit that was so sharp I can slip my own fucking throat with it. Bitch, I got more chips than my shoulders, and I'm about as approachable as a roach is. Just so we gotta steer clear from it. Here comes a clear bum for your eardrums. Lyricism in its most fierce, some fears we're on another tier like a tear ducts. About the echelon, your career sucking. It was sheer love, like a fucking leprechaun with his beard cut. A Punisher, weapon drawn with a beer gut. He's slower than a Decepticon with his gear stuck. And like what? I serial killing your Kellogg's. I love checks and I hate tricks, and you're a fake bitch. I can spot you like you, but to weight lift. Bitch, I'm better than cake mix. I can't be whipped with egg beaters. You cunts must be out of your labius, and God's my alias. So if I don't have faith in me, then it basically makes me an atheist.
Talking to the Rolex.
Diamond ring work. Hit stealing.
Wheeler dealing. Limousine right.
Bottles and bitches believe me back in business. The shit I be smoking is highly recommended. All of my niggas pushing the limit. Mile high got me go bigger than the front.
All right, it's a grimy, nasty.
Before we go on, let me just dial it back a little bit. Happy Friday, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Captain Ron Johnson, a.k.a. Capitas 4, a.k.a. El Capitan, a.k.a. the smooth operator of the Midwest. And yes, we are definitely doing an aftermath just about a few hours before our big Friday night battle, which we will actually get to. But there was some things I wanted to touch base on. See, last week, well, this past week, week 5, it was rather interesting. We saw a set of rematches. In fact, we saw the Battlehawks taking on the Renegades. We saw the Stallions and the Brahmas try to lock up in a rematch of the UFL championship game that really much of a game. I say this for this reason. Let me show you what week 6 looked like for you folks. Week 6 started out last Friday night. The St. Louis Battlehawks held on to defeat the Arlington Renegades in a game of kicking. That's a nice way to put it. 12-6 was the final. Blankenship definitely earned his game check in this one as the Battlehawks hold on to win 12-6 over the Renegades. They now move up to the number 2 spot in the XFL conference. Now, is there one time I'm going to say root for Detroit? This would be the time where I would root for Detroit. Root for the Michigan Panthers, at least. We move on to Saturday, which definitely had its share of fun as well, as probably one of the most highly contested games of the weekend. Shocking numbers between the two teams that are just trying to get themselves out of the basement. The Houston Roughnecks held on to defeat the Memphis Showboats 21-20 in their matchup. And on top of that, you know what? We go sit here and play this up for you. We go cue this up just right, just in the right spots. The first set of victories that we wanted to sit here and show you guys. We wanted to show you this one of the victory speeches from the coaches as they touch base with their players. Mainly to sit here and let them know, hey, this is where it gets fun. So, starting out with the Battlehawks. Friday night victory over the Renegades.
All right, it's a grimy, nasty, disgusting win. That's what it's about right there. We're 4-2. We're 4-2. I got to tell you, defense. Let's give those guys a round. Good teams, all right, have to pick up another phase or another side of the ball during the season. All right, today the defense had to pick up all the phases today. Yep. Okay, now that doesn't mean our offense and special teams can't get it done. We got to clean it up. Okay, we got to be smart in certain situational things. Okay, so we don't give a game away. Okay, there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to learn in this film. All right, but I'm telling you what, man, I'm proud of you guys because you grinded it out. be real easy to sit here and score 30 and feel great about ourselves, but able to hold it down for 4 quarters defense and keep coming back. Turnovers, short yardage field, getting the sack strip, all that stuff. All right, offense, special teams, defense, we got to come together. Now we got to do it all together moving forward. But we're in a great spot. 4-2, man. All right, we hit some adversity in 2 straight losses. You guys battled back, okay, 2 straight wins. Start separating ourselves, right? Start separating ourselves, okay? It's a hell of a job, okay? Let's bring it in. Let's go.
Now, this is the part that gets the most for everybody to see or know. The Battlehawks did have those back-to-back losses, one to DC and one to Arlington, obviously. Bouncing back against Michigan last week, and then literally holding on to defeat the Renegades, who have a tenacious, stingy defense as much as the Battlehawks do. So I am not going to sit here and knock these Renegades. They're damn good at what they do. Well, let's take this up a notch, man. Let's go to Houston, who probably had a lot to be thankful for after last week.
Hey, look, here's the deal right now, man. Look, you put yourself in a great position. It wasn't the best. It wasn't your best effort, I know. But, man, I'm so proud of you guys. Again, I love this team. You got gumption. You got grit. You got all the things, sand. You got all the things that's adjectives of a winning football team.
Let me just kind of put this up for the record. If anybody knows Don Juan, could they kind of maybe ask him why the hell he's being a stud double for the coach of the Houston Roughnecks? Because those two look alike. I mean, no. I'm gonna back this up a little bit. Y'all look at this man and tell me this don't look like Don Juan without hair. Please tell me that's not Don Juan without hair. If you know Don Juan, you know what I'm talking about. But let me go to the next phase of it, because we weren't done yet. There was more. Did we get to Sunday? Double whammy. Michigan Panthers coming off of a very, very, very heartbreaking loss to the Battlehawks. And, of course, the situation with Samson Nacua. They pretty much had to play without him. Apparently, they did not need him at this point. 38-14 winners over the red-hot DC Defenders. Giving the Defenders their second loss of the year and putting them in a tie for the top spot with those aforementioned Battlehawks. Obviously, they have the tiebreaker, so the game. So if the playoffs were to start today, the Defenders will be playing the SFL Conference Championship game in Audi Field. This could make things very interesting going down the stretch. And, of course, the rematch of the UFL Conference Championship game, in which you saw in our intro, 25-0. The Stallions pretty much they bitch slapped the San Antonio Brahmas and shut them out in the UFL Championship game back in last summer. The good news is that San Antonio did not get shut out in this game, in the rematch. The bad news, well, you see it for yourself. 26-3. Brahma still can't literally find an answer to stopping the Stallions. And you know what? I'm not even going to sit here and even keep going. I'm just going to sit here and I'm just going to let it roll and let it run and let it run. So let's go to the victory speeches for our other two. Starting with those Michigan Panthers and the Birmingham Stallions.
Huge shout out. Defense, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Outside of really 2 passes right before half. And that was about 70 yards, and they ended up with 178 yards on the day. Unbelievable job defensively. Great job. For offense, it wasn't always pretty, but you know what? We put up some points. We put up 26 points. There you go. You know what? Sometimes it wasn't quite 30, so I don't get to shave yet. But you know what? Great job. We talked about being patient, and let's just methodically be able to control it. Some great individual plays.
And now we go to Michigan.
Outstanding job. Great job. Great job. Hey, listen, I will mention the one player that we're all waiting for me to mention, but before that, an awful lot of you busted your ass and were a huge part of today's game win. No question in my mind. All right, great job, both sides of the ball. Excellent job, but I've got to say, Rice! Yeah. MVP, boy. MVP,
Hey,
boy.
let's go, man. We're not done, man. We got big dreams and we can do it all, man. So, hey, let's get back to work. Got a big game coming up. Let's get down. Let's go, baby.
Smooth.
Hey,
Panthers on 3. 1, 2, 3. Panthers.
To say the Panthers are basically red hot and ready to go is an understatement. The Panthers looking good, even with the absence of Samson Nakua. The Panthers found a way and they got it done in the best way possible. Cannot hold that against them. Which brings us to week 7. We have hit that midpoint. We've hit that midpoint in every sense of the word, and now we get to do it again. Week 7 will consist of a obvious tonight's battle between the DC Defenders and the San Antonio Brahmas. The Brahmas are are pretty much on life support. It's going to take a miracle for them to basically repeat as XFL champions, but they got a tall order ahead of them as they look to try to welcome the Defenders into the Brahma Dome tonight. That happens pretty much, I believe, in just a couple of hours from now. In fact, about 5 o'clock tonight, my time, 8 o'clock Eastern time. And of course, we have have another big one, big showdown coming up. The Michigan Panthers will be taking on the Arlington Renegades. We're just trying to look like they're trying to recover and get it figured out as far as the offense wise. Not Luis Perez's best performance on Friday, but they'll be looking to bounce back. They seem to be actually play better, it looks like, when they're at home. Michigan, they pretty much don't care. They know for a fact of what's at stake. They know for a fact that they got a chance to be able to make things happen. And with the shot at the top spot in the USFL conference, don't be surprised if these guys get it done. Then we move on to May 11th to Sunday, Bloody Sunday, which is exactly what it will be. You have the Houston Roughnecks taking on the Birmingham Stallions. The Roughnecks were that team that almost took down the Stallions a few weeks ago. They're looking to try to finish that job. The Stallions are vulnerable, no matter what the hell those people down there in Alabama gotta say. No, you guys pretty much are pretty much as vulnerable as people would expect. Do not be surprised if Houston walks out of Birmingham with a win. And then, of course, we got the Sunday night delight. The Battlehawks taking on the Showboats. Battlehawks trying to do their best, their damnedest to get back up to the top of that food chain, that number 1 spot. Depending on what happens tonight between the Defenders and Brahmas, I feel like this is going to be a dogfight between the Defenders and the Battlehawks all the way through to their big showdown coming up in just a few weeks. I gotta tell you, I think the Defenders are most likely going to sit here and win this game tonight against the Brahmas. I feel like the Battlehawks will have a tough one against the Showboats because, again, those Showboats did beat those Stallions just a little while ago. So, but I feel like St. Louis's defense is just more game ready, more game hungry in every sense of the word. So do not be surprised if both of those games end up sitting here being exactly what we have. Just for the sake of argument and because of the fact that they want us to do these BS commercial breaks, I'm going to take a little step back. We'll be back momentarily, and I kind of figured in my head I'm going to do a little something here. I need all the guys who drive trucks to sit here and kind of maybe, just maybe, explain exactly what the hell I'm going to be seeing before me right now. It will make sense in a minute, but as I said, I wanted to be that person. Courtesies of our boy, Ginger Billy. I kind of wanted to sit here and have a little fun. So I'm going to have myself a little bit of fun. And a little bit of fun for his sake. So that being said, folks, we'll be back to you in just a matter of moments. And I'm going to sit here, reload my drink, and then we're going to have some fun. So let's get to it. Ginger Billy, take it away.
I'd like to welcome all of you to Truck Math 101. There's this theory that men who drive lifted, jacked up trucks are compensating for having a small wiener. So I have developed a mathematical equation for that theory, and it is called the truck lift to wiener size ratio. Now, the average size of the male genitalia is 5.5 inches, but I round it up to 6 for my formula. Let's just say that for every inch that a man's corn dog drops below 6 inches, he adds 3 inches of lift to his truck. We will call that the rate of compensation. Now, here's the mathematical formula. WS, which stands for the wiener size of the truck owner, equals 6, which is the average size of the male genitalia, minus L, which is how much lift the feller has on his truck, divided by 3, which is the rate of compensation. Now, let's just say that this man drives a truck with a 6-inch lift kit. We'll take that 6, we'll plug it in right there. 6 divided by 3 equals 2. 6 minus 2 equals 4. So if a fella's driving a truck with a 6-inch lift kit, he has a 4-inch corn dog. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to say that this equation is very accurate. Now for...
I didn't see this video beforehand, but it's Ginger Billy, so I'm going to let it roll. Oh my God.
lowered trucks, I have a different mathematical formula. It is called the enhancement perception formula. Because lowered trucks are closer to the ground, it makes the man driving it think that his corn dog is closer to the ground, which gives him the perception that his corn dog is longer than what it really is. So here's the enhancement perception formula. LP is the perceived corn dog length. D equals the truck drop in inches. That's how low the truck is. D to P ratio, which is the depth to perception ratio, equals 0.75. So for every 0.75 inches that the truck drops in height, the man feels like he gains 1 inch in length on his corn dog. That is called the depth to perception ratio. So this is how the equation looks. Length perception equals truck drop in inches divided by 0.75. Let's say that a fella has a truck that is lowered 4 inches. You take that 4, you plug it in right there. 4 divided by 0.75 is 5.33. So if a fella's got a truck that is lowered 4 inches, he has got himself a 5.3 inch wiener schnitzel. Now, let's move on to the math formula for men who drive squatted trucks. It is called the Manginer Squat Index. F equals the front height of the truck, R equals the rear height of the truck, and M equals manginer. What? So if the front height of the truck is greater than the rear height of the truck, then the guy driving that truck has a manginer. Oh. I hope you've all enjoyed this lesson in Truck Math 101. Truck game.
Can you just imagine how many guys are actually probably going out to their trucks to do measurements on that right now? I'm gonna play that. You know what? I'm gonna get that clip. I'm gonna play that one tonight during the Smash and Show, which will be happening in just a couple hours from now. But I kind of wanted to just kind of go with the flow. So let's look at some touchdowns, shall we?
Going up top, looking for Butler. Caught. Flag on the play, but the touchdown.
This wide receiver, or in this case, your big wide receiver's on the inside in the slot. He has more room to work, and it's a more difficult play for the defensive back.
2nd and 8. McClendon goes inside the 5 and into the end zone. Justin Hall. Win.
No, folks, do not adjust your sets. Yes, that was the only touchdown in the entire game between Arlington and St. Louis. And, of course, it was Hakeem that got it done, so I'm not going to complain.
To the end zone. Touchdown, Memphis. J.J. Wilson. See the play. First and goal. And Dressel Wynn is going to take it in. The defense. So again, Noel Mazzoni doing a great job around the line of scrimmage. Here's what a hit! Ball is out! The ball is out, and it is scooped up, and they are going to score off of it with T.J. Franklin.
Oh my God! Wait! Back that mess up. Back that mess up. What the hell did we just see? We gonna go back here real quick. Hang on. I got... Holy shit! What the hell was that?
Here's a ball is out. The ball is out. It is scooped up, and they're going to score off of it with T.J. Franklin. What a thunderous hit by Armani Marsh. He just wrecked Dresser Wynn, and T.J. Franklin scoop and score. He's got to bump him off the right wall. He's really got to push the right tackle into that pressure. Really hard to pick up in a monstrous momentum play.
Got to be toe-to-toe time. Straight ahead, left side, the second effort. And he got there. Backfield for Ta'amu. With time, heaves end zone open. Did he haul it in for the touchdown? He did. Braylon Sanders over the shoulder.
With the corner, so you get the defender that's coming across, ends up having to cover the outside receiver who ends up running the inside route.
Panthers need 11. Here comes the pressure. Perkins still on his feet. Somehow, someway.
No way.
Houdini does it again. And a first down completion. How about the touchdown?
What the shit?
I mean, he's so hard to tackle in those situations. His balance is incredible. He keeps his eyes downfield the whole time. Nicole Hicatini is just waiting for his quarterback.
Get him into the end zone here. More zone read. It's McCrary, and indeed he gets there.
The dude who takes shots downfield.
Second down and short. Play action. Ta'amu wants to heave one deep again. Wide open is rolling. Here comes DC, and a touchdown for the defenders.
You're going to see the safeties split to the top of your screen, and then Jordan Ta'amu just delivers a magnificent ball to Chris Rowland. Hits him right in stride. Outruns the safety, Arnold Tarpley III.
Talent serving as pass protection this time, and Perkins again keeps it alive. Perkins stays in bounds, and the spin, and the touchdown.
I mean, it's not great tackling by DC defensively, certainly, but let's just marvel at the magic that Bryce Perkins has provided today. Anthony Hines III has a great shot at him. You got another one on the...
Dayton McCrary, now the running back. Bryce Perkins, play action, ball is tipped. Doesn't matter. Malik Turner, touchdown.
On second and goal.
I'm going to tell you flat out, plain and simple. Birmingham might want to sit here and just count their chickens because they do have another matchup with those aforementioned Panthers coming up literally in about, I think, a week or 2 weeks. And if Bryce Perkins plays the way he just played, the Stallions are going to lose that game, and Michigan's going to end up hosting the USFL Conference Championship game, which, honestly, Detroit needs more than anything else. But that's just me.
Oh, back to the ground again, and to the end zone. Finds Ricky Person.
3rd and 2.
Cookus, there's the slant. Big gain. Rodgers got a block. Down the sideline. Touchdown, Birmingham.
What does it do? Create space right here.
Here's what I would do for all the San Antonio fans out there, as I know I do have a few. I'm just going to skip the remainder of this just because, let's be realistic, you guys don't want to have to watch your team get murdered again by the exact same team. And this time in their house, just kind of putting that out there. But we know what football is. It's all about protection. So let's talk about protection. Let's talk about protection.
They're playing some really good football. And the sack that's coming in strong that time was Memphis's Andrew Dowling. That ball is intercepted. A costly mistake for Dresser Wynn as Houston's Jaquan Shepard comes up with the pick. All the guys around the line of scrimmage. Here's ball is out.
Did it 3 times. It's not making it any better. That's still not the answer.
Score off of it with T.J. Franklin. What a thunderous
God.
hit by
That hit was
He
nasty.
just wrecked Dresser Wynn, and T.J. Franklin scoop and score.
You don't see this thing.
A little bit of a rip. Franklin scoop. Franklin Franklin. The
I
ball
want
is
to see that
out.
hit. No, I want to see this hit.
Jaquan Shepard comes up with the pick. All the guys around the line of scrimmage. Here's ball is out. The ball is out, and it is scooped up, and they are going to score off of it with team.
This was the game of the week because I believe Houston actually survived this game 21-20 over Memphis. This was the best game of the week in my honest opinion. So for that, damn, that's got some gangsters on it. I'm just calling like I see it. That was insane. Oh my God. Oh, I got no words. I have no freaking words. That was a nasty hit.
Jay Franklin, what a thunderous hit by Armani Marsh. He just wrecked Dresser Wynn, and TJ Franklin scoop and score. A little bit of a radar look from this defense. Everybody's standing up, and right tackle Nate Gillum. Little late coming up.
Blitz coming. They hand it off. Blas stopped in the backfield. Dropped for the loss of a yard by Mike Rose. Perez rolling out and wrapped up right away is Winstead with the grab, but he goes nowhere courtesy of Nate Madors. Right.
Then it's a strike.
Right.
You know?
And it's up to you to know it at that point. Here's Perez. Pulling it down, getting hit, ball's out. Got a lot to clear out here. Doma Penu and Willie Harvey both got there to put the pressure, and St. Louis recovers. Play clock. They just got it off. Duggan pressured. And big hit at the end. Man, he got pound. Looking for the Arlington 31. Under pressure, sacked again. Willie Taylor this time. Back-to-back sacks for this Arlington defense. But in back-to-back weeks, he's put points on the board. Now Arlington will try to answer. They won't get a chance here as Day-Day Hunter is just slung down to the ground by Travis Feeney. And now it's 3rd and 8 they face. 4-man rush. They get there and sack him. Another stand by this St. Louis defense, and they're going to have the ball back.
Wanted to be aggressive, wanted to step on it. Man, I love taking 2 shots out the gate. Just couldn't hit either.
Need to convert here on 3rd and 10. Duggan wrapped up, no shot to even throw it. Willie Taylor, 2nd sack of the night for him.
Maybe I am a defensive guy. I don't know. This might be interesting.
Pressure coming. Perez, and he's picked off. Intercepted by Chris Payton-Jones.
And here they are, and haven't scored anything. And now this defense back on the field.
They blitz, and they get there. Price, the cornerback, came around on the blitz. From the pocket. Hunter out of the backfield again. No running room. Turned around. There's nothing but blue shirts. Lucas Dennis finishes him off.
So the field position could now work in Arlington's favor, which is exactly what we saw on the opposite side in the first half.
Looking for the 20. Pressure coming. Hit. Ball's out. Odom tries to pick it up. Eventually, Arlington recovers the fumble. Right now, they need their defense to get a stop. Duggan caught. I mean, he turned to his left, and there was nowhere for him to go. Donald Payne eventually wrapped him up.
Now they're dropping a safety down. Right after that run, here comes safety down into the box.
And they throw right where he was. It's caught. Javante Payton. Ball came out, but he was down.
Was he down, though?
20 yards on the reception.
You've got to find what can work right here, and St. Louis has changed.
That's like one of the things that people need to sit here and understand when it actually comes to that. If you were basically going to sit here and call and say somebody's down, but that ball's literally sitting here coughing itself up, out of testicles? No, that's just all she wrote there. Before we go on, I wanted to be able to sit here and acknowledge the players of the week 4, week 6. First starters, Bryce Perkins. That's actually, I'm actually okay with that. Yes, I was basically cursing Bryce Perkins like Arizona tomorrow last week because, well, he's playing about Hawks. Of course, we're going to sit here and curse him out. But damn, this man was on a whole nother level against DC. I have to give man credit where credit's due. Great job on his part. I am impressed, and we'll see if he can keep that up against Arlington. I feel like that will be a game that will be worth watching this Saturday. So if you don't have anything better to do on Saturday, go ahead and watch a little bit of Michigan and Arlington up on Fox. Then on defense-wise, we have Peter Tamanapono. Come on now. Who better? Peter basically was on his A game. This guy had the defense running. He's doing everything we've been expecting him to do. Right now, the league leader in sacks and he's one of the top players in forced fumbles. Peter has been doing his Doug Dissel and been doing his part. I expect a lot of big things for him. I expect him to get that NFL contract this upcoming season. Do not be surprised if teams like Seattle, the Rams, the Chargers, the Broncos sit here and actually pick these guys up because they love linebackers in those teams. So this should be fun. So I look forward to seeing that. Big congrats to Peter, and I expect to see big things when they face Memphis this Sunday. And then of course the big man, Rodrigo Blankenship. He has become Jake Bates incarnate, to put it as nice as possible. He has become the most reliable kicker. He's the only kicker who has not missed a field goal, as I'm knocking on wood. He's remained perfect. He went 2 for 2. His 14 successful field goals happens to be the top mark in the UFL this season. And in pivotal moments against Arlington, Blankenship stepped up in major ways. Sat here and made it good, made it cute, too sweet, too good for the Bellhawks, as they needed their kicker to be able to help them walk out of there with that 12 since win. We're gonna see if he can do it again against Memphis coming up this Sunday. But we know what people pretty much want. We know what they're asking for. We know exactly what we know what y'all want. Y'all want to see some top 10 plays. We might as well end this thing on a good note. Top 10 plays incoming for you. In 3, 2, 1.
See the player, you see his view, and we see the play. First and goal. And Dresser Wynn is going to take it in. And just like that, Memphis takes the lead. So just a zone read, you're going to read this defensive end. If he crashes down, that's when Dresser can take it. But what I love is this tight end also pulling that secondary defender out of the way, and that's exactly where Dresser Wynn was able to attack the defense. So again, Noel Mazzoni doing a great job of using receivers and tight ends like chess pieces.
You've got to find what can work right here. And St. Louis has changed up their scheme from a 4-down look to now a 3-down look.
And it's only a 3-man rush. And they still get there. Ball comes out. St. Louis recovers.
There we go.
Peter Dalmo Peno, who has been the man all night long, forces the fumble, and Chris Garrett recovers it.
Well, check out as Perez from behind as he's going to run, and he's going to see, he sees that there's some open area, and it looked like he was going to try to take off.
2nd and 8. McClendon goes inside the 5 and into the end zone. Justin Hall. He leads the league in catches, and he gets the first score of the day here. And to clear out right here, tight end's going to clear out. It's going to take that linebacker, and this spot route's going to come right into the vacancy. And you got a Memphis defender there sitting, I think it's Guerrero, sitting in zone coverage. He's got to match that, right? Anytime in the red zone, you can't sit and just play traditional zone coverage. Once a guy identifies, they're going to fake a motion here to try to steal some eyes. Right to the end zone. Touchdown, Memphis. J.J. Wilson.
That's a tight end. That was like a lineman. The size of a lineman.
Going to try to pull defenders. Watch this motion take the only defender outside over the top, and now you have a tight end working on a linebacker that's got his eyes in the backfield watching the play action. Great design by Noel Mazzoni to pull defenders away from where you want to go, then steal eyes with play action.
You got the hand. I'm all for it.
9-play drive.
Running game got going. Noel Mazzoni said they wanted to do that.
Defenders on the move, an empty backfield. For Ta'amu.
You got Ta'amu.
With time.
Hey,
Heaps
buddy.
end zone open. Did he haul it in for the touchdown? He did. Braylon Sanders over the shoulder.
You're going to see the defender come across with Chris Rowland, but then they switch responsibilities with the corner. So you get the defender that's coming across, ends up having to cover the outside receiver who ends up running the inside route. The dude who takes shots downfield.
Second down and short. Play action. Ta'amu wants to heave one deep again. Wide open is rolling.
What I'm like pissed about because somebody blew their fucking
touchdown for the
somebody blew their damn coverage on that play. That was too wide
You're
open.
going to see the safeties
wide
split to the top of your screen, and then Jordan Ta'amu just delivers a magnificent ball to Chris Rowland. Hits him right in stride, outruns the safety, Arnold Tarpley.
3rd and 2. Cookus, there's the slant, big gain. Rodgers got a block, down the sideline, touchdown Birmingham.
What is it about Birmingham that makes San Antonio forget their offense in every sense of the word? This is just embarrassment. How the hell?
Watch these two linebackers, and you're going to get a motion out of the backfield, which forces the linebacker out, which what does it do? Create space right here. So what do you do? Exploit the space, and they do it with a little bit of a stop and inside breaking slant right there, and Amari Rodgers is gone. Beautiful move right there, avoids the tackler, and look at this delay right there. Boom, and then he gets inside. That's a great route, and the patience he displayed to not exploit that space too soon, and then boom, the ball is there. It's on time, and it's on target. That always equals yards after the catch. Good job by Cookus. Keeps his eyes frozen in the middle for just a beat. That allows Tavante Beckett, number 1, the linebacker, to just freeze. And then it's a touchdown for Birmingham. Great series right there.
Oh, here we go. Watch Bryce Perkins.
Panthers need 11.
Watch, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this shit. Look at this mouth. Look at this.
Houdini does it again.
How did he pull that basketball? Please, explain that to me.
Picatinny reaching the end zone.
This kid has got
Put a star by that one from 35 out.
And
well, the blitz is going to come from the edge. You're going to get the tackle going inside, and then Bryce Thompson is going to be this defender out here. He's going to come inside and have a free hit at Bryce Perkins.
I'm going to dub it now. Bryce Perkins, Russell Wilson ain't going to like it, but I'm not going to care. Bryce Perkins, you are the new Mr. Unlimited. No, you got to be unlimited. And Michigan needs you to step up in the perfect time. You became Mr. Unlimited. But, don't become an unlimited diarrhea. Just kind of saying.
But he's not able to bring him down. I mean, he is so hard to tackle in those situations. His balance is incredible. He keeps his eyes downfield the whole time. And Cole Hikatini is just waiting.
Let's see what he can do here on 3rd and 6.
Give it to Hakeem. Hakeem.
Going up top, looking for Butler. Caught. Flag on the play, but the touchdown, if it stands. Right.
Let's go ahead and put it as bluntly, folks. We can just be honest. We all know what that number 1 play is, and quite frankly, it was still a damn good play. Big congrats out to Houston. If you guys don't get the number one player this week, I don't know who the hell's drunk, but it damn sure ain't me.
Right over Jaden Price.
When you're batting 1,000, and again, once your best wide receiver, or in this case, your big wide receivers on the inside in the slot, he has more room to work, and it's a more difficult play for the defensive back.
Also helps that basically you have a receiver who is 6'5" and stacked and has the hands. And I mean, do you need me to sit here and just keep selling you Hakeem Butler? Hakeem Butler is the shit. That's the best way you can put it.
Who gets a bit lost in space, And that time, Duggan does give him the air. Brock, you heard him say to Butler on the sideline, I got to give you a chance. I got to get the ball up. He did it on that time.
It's got to be Houston. Houston has
Well,
to be,
big touchdowns for Butler. There's Jerome Clapp from Cap.
All the guys around the line
There it is.
scrimmage.
Here it comes. Out of nowhere.
Ball is out. The ball is out.
That was an RKO out of nowhere.
And they are going to score off of it with T.J. Franklin.
Good. I love that. Oh my God. I had never get over that snack. That's the kind of snacks that my son does. It does on
up and right tackle Nate Gillum.
Damn, that's good.
Little late coming off. Nash Jensen has got to bump him off the right guard and has really got to push the right tackle into that pressure.
That was
really hard to pick up.
nasty.
And a monstrous momentum play for Houston. Offensive insert.
That was crazy good. Folks, we're going to sit here. We're going to try to wrap this thing up and wrap this thing up in a beautiful bow because we have a slamming show we have to get ourselves ready for. And just give you guys a quick little heads up for tonight. You can see on the right side of the screen. Tonight, we'll have the DC Defenders taking on San Diego Brahmas right there on Fox. Tomorrow, our lone game of a Saturday night. What do we call it? Saturday night cockfight? Yeah, let's call it that. Michigan Panthers will take on the Arlington Renegades, and it pretty much would be a cockfight because Renegades need to win to keep their shots at an XFL Conference Championship game alive. Michigan wants to be able to take that top spot from Birmingham and basically host the USFL Conference Championship game. This game could basically make that big and nasty. Then, of course, we have on Sunday, doubleheader. Houston Roughnecks looking against for payback over the Birmingham Stallions. And, of course, the Sunday night delights. St. Louis Battlehawks will be taking on the Memphis Showboats. And nobody should say and take Memphis lightly. Consider what Memphis just did. I'm kind of thinking in my head it's going to be fun. I'm going to actually love this game. A win for the Battlehawks puts them potentially at the shot at the top spot, or at least keeps them at second, depending on what happens with Michigan and Arlington. And, of course, Memphis try to get themselves out of that basement, try to get their second win of the year. Depending on what happens with Houston and Birmingham, who knows? Anything is possible. Houston may go into Birmingham and bitch slap the Stallions. Michigan may go into Arlington and beat the Renegades like they're Cowboys. Who the hell knows? San Antonio may even go in and beat DC like the old days. Who the hell knows? Memphis may even beat St. Louis. This is how big being in the UFL is. Lots of games, lots of moments. We are literally in week 7. We got a couple of weeks left before the playoffs are official. And by the time we get to week 10, here's my guarantee. We'll have at least one clinched, done history with the UFL's infamous conference championship games, the SFL Conference, USFL Conference. They'll have at least one representative locked in by week 10. Just kind of putting that out there. I want to have some fun. I want to enjoy myself. We're going to enjoy and see exactly what the hell happens. However, I got to get myself recuperated because we got to do this all over again in just a few hours. The Smashing, Stacking, and Slapping show will be returning tonight. We're actually returning at a new time because we had just been informed that one of our esteemed colleagues will be taking a much-needed vacation until September. So we're going to kick back and relax, go enjoy the ride. We invite you all to come and join us. And, of course, we'll be doing this one at about, what is it? 6 p.m. Pacific, and we're going to be going crazy at 9 p.m. Eastern. So if you happen to have time to burn, or if you want to sit here and just talk smack about yours truly, because that seems to be the consensus with a lot of people, have fun. Come join us. Come and have yourself some good laughs, because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be alone this one. There's a very good chance we can have Rockin' Reese, Joe Quills, Don Juan. Hell, we could probably even have the infamous Messiah himself, AJ Johnson, join us for this party. We don't know. But what we can tell you is that we just gonna have some fun regardless. We just gonna sit here and just be crazy. We gonna sit here and enjoy ourselves. So until then, I'll see you guys in just a few hours. Goodbye. Mwah. Good night. Tip your waitresses out the door, because even though you don't like me, you still gotta love them waitresses for getting you drunk. Peace.
All right, listen up, guys. We got this new wrestler, Trick Williams. We're trying to separate him from his current partner, Carmelo Hayes, and we need a theme song that's really going to deliver and give him that push as a single star. What are we thinking? I brought in my boy to lay down a beat, and I'm just going to let you guys decide the rest. So why don't you drop that beat?
Dre, you ready? Come on. Alright.
Check. Cut him undercover. Timeless. Ready for progress. Feeling like I'm just getting started. 2 shots back on my daily departed. You are now dealing with a monster. Oh shit. Profits. Doc Dre, bitch, I'm a prophet. Black Wall Street, niggas know what a stock is.
Like a satanic cult, it's an old ritual slaughtering goats, bitch. You're fucking with the original flow, sick, and anybody can get it. COVID. Fuck with that. I don't roll shit that was so sharp, I can slip my own fucking throat with it. Bitch, I got more chips than my shoulders, and I'm about as approachable as a roaches. Just so let us steer clear from it. Here comes a clear bum for your eardrums. Lyricism at its most fearsome and fears we're on another tear like a tear ducts. Upper echelon, your career sucking. It was sheer luck, like a fucking leprechaun with his beard cut. A Punisher, weapon drawn with a beer gut. He's slower than a Decepticon with his gear stuck. Like what? I serial killing your Kellogg's. I love checks and I hate tricks. And you're a fake bitch. I can spot you like you, about to weight lift. Bitch, I'm better than cake mix. And I can't be whipped with egg beaters. You cunts must be out of your labius. And God's my alias. So if I don't have faith in me, then it basically makes me an atheist.
To the Rolex. Yeah.